Spitfire Audio's Labs is the best deal in audio production. Over 45 professional quality virtual instruments created by some of the most talented musicians in the land, presented in a straightforward and easy to use plug-in interface. For free. It's nuts. If you've never heard of Labs before or just haven't checked it out yet, you might look at all of this and find it a wee bit overwhelming. Well, in this video I'll share what I think are the best Labs instruments and hopefully give you a good idea of where to start. Hey, it's Patrick from the Garageband Guide. In this video I'm going to share what I think are the best Spitfire Audio Labs instruments, starting with this.
In January 2020, we selected a range of orchestral and synth recordings and fed them through pre-distressed cassettes and tape loops via an old-school Tascam Portastudio.
Tape Orchestra jumped out at me when I first downloaded it, and it's remained one of my favourites to this day. Oozing lo-fi charm and with a surprisingly large selection of warbly, tape-saturated instrument sounds, Tape Orchestra is really usable in a variety of different genres. It sounds great when used to replace more standard versions of corresponding instruments. The strings and woodwind patches, for example, can completely transform a track. Tape Orchestra also sounds brilliant when used more creatively, in place of synth pads or as just a bit of background ambiance. Absolutely cracking and a great way to add a bit of unique flavour to your projects.
During the 2020 pandemic, our cinematic pop quartet, Sons of Serendip, found ourselves unable to perform. Turning our musical talents to sampling, lead arranger Cordero Rodriguez called upon me, Micah Christian, to record a special collection of vocal performances, channeling heartache and emotion into every note.
At the time of making this video, Micahs Choir is one of the newest addition to Labs, and it is honestly one of the best sampled instruments I've ever heard. You have 11 choir variations to choose from that range from fairly straightforward vocal choir sounds to more effect-laden samples. Micahs Choir is incredibly versatile, providing powerful backup vocal layers, for example, or deep, luscious, pad-like ambient soundscapes for you to build upon.
On a cold day in January 2015, Christian Henson recorded 6 string players. Little did he know, the session would go on to become the most popular Spitfire experiment and form the inspiration behind Albion Tundra.
There are a few different stringed-based instruments available in Labs. I've already talked about Tape Orchestra. Plus, there are some more straightforward and imaginatively named instruments like strings and strings too. What sets Frozen Strings apart is the character that Spitfire have injected into these sounds. A touch more understated than the other stringed instruments available in labs, Frozen Strings is all about atmosphere, delivering brittle, imperfect, and rough around the edges notes that I just love.
In February 2017, Harry and Jess took to the streets of London to capture the spirit of the city. These field recordings have been treated to give you complete soundscapes, percussion, loops and atmospheric pads, ready to make your own.
For the first atmosphere-based instrument in the Labs programme, Spitfire Audio set out to capture the spirit of the streets of London. The warped, drone-like field recordings found in the London Atmos instrument are fantastic for creating deep, ambient soundscapes. Now, there's not a lot here for complicated, intricate melodies, but if you're after some industrial, unique, and, well, atmospheric pads, loops, and percussion sounds, you can't go wrong with London Atmos.
Recorded at his home in New York City, this is Philip Glass's beloved piano. His primary instrument for over 30 years. Discover the unique sonic personality of this baby grand with a range of sounds.
There is no shortage of piano instruments in Labs. Soft piano in particular seems to be a lot of producers' favourite. For me though, it's glass piano that really stands out. Soft, understated, and brimming with character, Labs glass piano is a vibe. Is that how you say it? I'm really old. Look, it makes me feel things, alright? And the 6 different variations within the instrument can really elevate more low-key, laid-back projects. You can find out more about Spitfire Labs, including how to download it and install it into Garageband by checking out the link below. And watch this video next for more excellent free music making tools.